prosecutors, while also seeking disciplinary action against 9 other officials for delayed reporting and an inadequate response. Investigators cited pilot error, poor oversight, and a failure to conduct preparatory flights as key causes. The Air Force has already dismissed 2 commanders from their posts following the incident. In local news, Gimhae Airport handled over 2.5 million international passengers in the first quarter of 2025, a 15.4% increase from the same period last year. If the trend continues, it could become the first regional airport in Korea to officially exceed 10 million international passengers in a year. The growth is fueled by rising demand on Japan and Southeast Asia routes, the recovery of Chinese flights, and the temporary closure of Muan Airport. New mid- and long-haul routes, including planned flights to Central Asia and Turkey, are expected to further boost passenger numbers in the second half of the year. Large sinkholes are repeatedly forming at the Sasang-Hadan subway line construction site, especially after rainfall, raising safety concerns among residents. Yesterday, 2 sinkholes appeared within 2 hours, one of them in the middle of a crosswalk. Since 2023, the area has been 14 sinkholes, including incidents where vehicles fell in. Investigations blamed heavy rain and poor waterproofing. Although Busan Transportation Cooperation announced new safety measures this month, including ground reinforcement, more sinkholes have occurred, casting doubt on their effectiveness. The 6.9-kilometer subway line is set to open by the end of 2026. In international news, an Israeli airstrike has destroyed parts of Al-Ahli Arab Hospital, the last fully functional hospital in Gaza City. Witnesses reported that the intensive care and surgery department were hit, and video footage showed flames and smoke rising from a 2-story building as people, including patients in beds, fled the scene. The Israel Defense Forces said the hospital was targeted because it housed a command and control center used by Hamas. And now for today's weather, the current temperature in the Busan area is around 10 degrees Celsius. The weather is mostly cloudy with rain expected. As of 3 p.m. today, a strong wind advisory has been issued. And the temperature will average around 7 degrees Celsius this evening. And that wraps up this hour's news. Thank you for joining us. You're listening to BFM, 부산영어방송.
Your best choice. BEFM, 부산영어방송.
Coming up next is For Your Busan with Nick Greenwood. BFM, 부산영어방송.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Having a good spouse and a happy family, living a healthy life, doing work that suits my talents and interests, and enjoying enough free time. These are some of the conditions people consider essential for a happy life. According to a dictionary, happiness can be defined as a state of well-being and contentment that arises from the experience of positive emotions, such as joy, satisfaction, and pleasure. So what do you think is the most important condition for happiness? Well, hello there everybody, my name is Nick, and welcome to For Your Busan. We're gonna kick off this Monday with 오빠야 by 신현이와 김루트.
다소 얘기를 한다 눈 앞에 아른아른거리는 잘생긴 얼굴 자꾸 귀에 맴도는 그의 촉촉한 목소리
무슨 일을 하는지 나는 너무나 궁금해.
나는 너를 좋아하고 너를 좋아하고 너도 나를 좋아하고 나를 좋아하고 우리 서로 좋아하는데 누구도 말을 안 해요. 나는 너를 좋아하고 너를 좋아하고 너도 나를 좋아하고 나를 좋아하고 우리 서로 좋아하는데 누구도 말을 안 해요. 말을 하면 멀어질까 너무 두려워. 너를 잃기가 나는 너무 무서워. 말을 하면 멀어질까 너무 두려워. 너를 잃기가 나는 너무 무서워. 좋아하는 마음에 떨리는 날들알 덧없이 마음이 커지고 설레는 마음에 설레는 날들알 난 헤어나올 수 없어. 너를 좋아하고 너를 좋아하고 너도 나를 좋아하고 나를 좋아하고 우리 서로 좋아하는데도 누구도 말을 안 해요.
나는 너를 좋아하고 너를 좋아하고 너도 나를 좋아하고 나를 좋아하고 우리 서로 좋아하는데도 그 누구도 말을 안 해요.
나는 너를 좋아하고 너를 좋아하고 너도 나를 좋아하고 나를 좋아하고 우리 서로 좋아하는데도 누구도 말을 안 해요. 나는 너를 좋아하고 너를 좋아하고 너도 나를 좋아하고 나를 좋아하고 우리 서로 좋아하는데도 누구도 말을 안 해요. 좋아해.
신현이와 김루테 오빠야 오늘의 첫 곡이었습니다. Welcome everybody to the show this Monday. It's 4:09 in the afternoon. This is For Your Busan. My name is Nick. I hope you had a fantastic weekend and you're ready to start this week off brightly, even though the weather is kind of gloomy outside. It is Monday. Do you feel happy right now? It's quite a broad question. But happiness, it isn't always something big or extraordinary. Just being with someone you love can make you happy. Enjoying a delicious meal or discovering a song you love can also bring happiness. There are many small happy moments in a day, but surprisingly, not many people actually feel that they are happy. According to the World Happiness Report, which is one of the most trusted global happiness indexes, there is a country that has ranked number one in happiness for 8 years in a row. We've talked about this country before, so you might know who they are. Which country is it? Of course, it's Finland. Finland is considered the happiest country in the world due to a combination of factors like economic stability, strong social support networks, and long, healthy life expectancy. The report points out that sharing meals is one of the strongest indicators of happiness. Eating together has been proven to significantly impact a person's sense of well-being. And the right way, or the way to be happy, apparently, it's closer than we think. In Busan, there is a project called the Happy Village Initiative, aimed at creating places where people can, hopefully, truly feel happy. Under this project, the city has designated 71 villages where residents identify local issues and work with experts to find solutions tailored to their communities. Now, through this program, villages can develop unique local products and improve living conditions as well. So, maybe one day, every neighborhood in Busan will become a happy village. That sounds nice. Sounds quite cute, doesn't it? Lots of happy villages sprouting up around the city of Busan. And I do hope you're happy, everyone. Maybe happiness isn't just black and white. I think there could be a lot of grey area when it comes to happiness. Maybe you're having a bad day at work, but you're happy that you tuned in to For Your Busan for a moment. Those small bursts of happiness. 그런 소확행들이 있잖아요. Well, everyone, it's lovely to see. It makes me happy to see lots of familiar faces and new faces saying hello on the YouTube live chat and on Kakao Talk as well. Benny Nim, welcome to the show, saying 1등, happy Monday. Happy Monday, my friend. Welcome. I sincerely hope you had a wonderful weekend and are ready to start this brand new week. Julia coming in saying, hello everybody, it's a rainy and gloomy day. 닝님, 장PD님, 홍작가님, 안녕하세요. Welcome, Julia Nim. It is a gloomy day. Is it raining? It looks like it could be. Thankfully it didn't as I was walking here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just started raining right now. I hope your spirits are up though, even though it is rainy. We've got 일류의 충전소님, welcome to the show. Coming in third, but still, yeah, you know, that seems to be the regular order. Also, Benny Nim, very sweet, telling other listeners that he misses other listeners. That's adorable, Benny Nim, saying to Juliet that I miss you. That's so cute. That's what I like to foster in this YouTube community, that you miss each other. That's very sweet. Yeah. We also have Jin Lee Nim waving in. Welcome to the show, Jin Lee Nim. Fantastic to see you as always. Summer Nim as well, coming in. 안녕하세요. Welcome to the show, Summer Nim. Hope you're having a great Monday and that your weekend was pleasant. I'm glad to see you. Also, Soy님 saying, good afternoon. Nick, 장PD님 보고 싶었어요. 주말 잘 보내셨나요? 어제 오늘 너무 추워요. 어제 오늘 너무 추워요. 봄다운 봄이 다시 얼른 찾아오길. 그러게요. It is cold and windy and gloomy for mid-April. It is mid-April, right? It's the 14th. We've still got weather like this. You know, I've given up trying to predict the weather. It's very... 요즘에는 되게 영국스러워요. It's just up and down, rain, some good days, another bad day. I'm getting used to it. It's like being back in the UK. But it's good to see you. It's brightened up this studio a little bit. Sangwin Park Nim, welcome to the show. Fantastic to see you, as well as Choi Sung Nim saying good afternoon. I'm stuck in my room due to the rain. So it must be raining quite a lot where you are. And she followed up by saying the weather is weird. I think that's a good word to describe the weather. It's weird. It is quite weird. 좀 이상하죠. It's just raining, then sunny, then windy. Who knows, right? At least it's nothing too severe right now. Sangmin Park Nim saying my weekend is good. Good to hear that, mate. Well done. I'm glad that you had a good weekend, ready to start the week. Lots of familiar faces coming in, which is great to see. I'm already feeling happier this Monday, and I certainly hope you are as well. 일류의 충전소님 saying, 네 옷 색깔도 그레이네요. It's actually not grey. I guess it looks grey on the camera, but it's blue mixed with cream, mixed with some kind of like yellow. Maybe that's because it's dirty. I don't know. I think that's just, it's meant to look like an old barn. It's meant to be like, you know, one of those old, kind of like 지푸라기 kind of 느낌. It's all right. I like it. And I know Soynim likes it. She loves it all the time. Juliet Nim saying she was super busy, but it's all tempting to see you guys, especially Nick, with mute mode on. Oh, that's a shame. But hey, hopefully you can lip read well. All right. Anyway, hope you're doing good and I hope you're feeling happy. If you're not, we'll aim to get you happy by the end of the show. Now remember, you can just message in and choose today's text topic. For your 부산의 토픽은 여러분이 하고 싶은 이야기로 정해집니다. Please let us know what topic you would like to discuss on the show. You can join the conversation in Korean and English. Just send a text to pound 9050, 샵 9050, which will cost you 101, Kakao Talk message, or a YouTube live message. Lots of ways to come in and say hello. Now, coming up on the show, we're going to have Busan Is, where we bring you the latest updates and insights in the Busan News segment with 6 p.m. news anchor Hong Jung-hwa. 라떼는 말이야 will follow that. Time to share my thoughts about everything in the world. Also, a moment to reflect on how things were back in my day. Busan Hot Places will end the first half. Jimmy comes in and takes us on a journey through Busan, showcasing the city's most exciting events, must-see attractions, and vibrant cities too. Second half will consist of On the Mic, stories of Busan locals encountered on the streets of Busan, Busan's Tale, a storytelling segment delving into various aspects of the city, and then, of course, we have Quizmaster, which is your chance to win a prize, have a bit of fun, and get interactive as well. Remember, you can be a prize winner today, so just remember to send your messages to #9050 or Kakao Talk or YouTube Live, like I mentioned a bit earlier too. Pornim coming in saying, hi all, welcome to the show, Pornim. Fantastic to see you on this gloomy Monday. But still, let's not let the weather get us down. Let's stay in good spirits. All right, don't go anywhere because Busan Is coming up next.
Stay connected to Busan's rhythm with For Your Busan, airing daily from 4:05 to 6 p.m. Blending your friends' voices with the latest information and news from our vibrant city.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is now time for 홍당당. Hello.
안녕하세요. 월요일입니다.
Yeah, 월요일. Very gloomy outside. 그래도
네.
주말을 잘 보내셨나요?
네, 너무 추웠어요.
너무 추웠죠?
네,
아이고,
다시
진짜.
이게 진짜 꽃샘추위다 이러면서
또 왔어요.
그러니까 단골손.
1년에 몇 번 오는 건가요?
그러니까요.
저 잠깐 질문이 있는데요.
네.
혹시 행복은 뭐라고 생각하시나요?
행복이요. 행복.
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 Happiness.
지금.
지금? 저랑 같이 있는 거?
지금도 포함이요. 지금.
지금?
네.
그거 좀 되게 좀 애매한 답이시네요.
딱 지금.
딱 지금.
네, 아까는 아니었고.
1초 전 말고 딱 지금. Right now is happiness. 125의 충전소님께서 행복은 멀리 있는 거 아닌 것 같아요. 보열 부산 들으면서 라면 먹는 중인데 이게 행복 아닙니까?
이야.
행복이죠.
맞습니다.
좋습니다. I
딱
like that.
지금 라면.
I like that. That's good. Let's be grateful.
우리는 행복하지 않은 거예요. 라면이 없네.
All right, yeah, we'll get some ramen later maybe.
yeah.
We have Lala-nim saying 안녕하세요. Welcome to the show. Lala-nim, good to see you. And people coming in saying 홍당당, 홍댕댕, 안녕하세요. Okay, let's begin with some news.
네, 강풍주의보 발효 중입니다. 우리 여러분들 날아가지 않도록 조심하시고 벌써 꽃잎들이 다 날아갔어요. 벚꽃잎들이. 네,
바이바이
그렇죠.
벚꽃.
네, 부산 도시철도 사상에서 하단선 공사 현장 부근에서 이틀 연속 땅 꺼짐 싱크홀이 발생했습니다. 어제 새벽 5시 40분쯤 사상 하단 도시철도 공사장 인근 도로에서 가로 5m, 세로 3m 크기의 대형 싱크홀이 발생했는데요. 횡단 보도 위에서 발생했지만 다행히 지나가던 행인은 없었던 것으로 알려졌습니다. 그런데 오늘 오전 7시쯤에 감전동 새벽시장 인근 도로에 또 가로, 세로 3m, 깊이 2m 규모의 구멍이 생겼습니다. 어제 전날 땅 꺼짐이 발생한 지점과 불과 200m 거리입니다. 현장 관계자는 굴착 과정에서 생긴 도로 한몰이지 일반적인 땅 꺼짐과는 차이가 있는 것으로 파악된다고 구청 측에 설명한 것으로 알려졌는데요. 사상구는 도로 한 개 차로를 통제하고 집안 침하 원인을 파악하고 있습니다. 2015년에 착공한 부산 도시철도 사상 하단선 공사 현장 인근에서는 최근 3년간 14차례 땅 꺼짐 현상이 발생했습니다. 사상 하단선은 도시철도 2호선 사상역에서 1호선 하단역까지 있는 총 연장 6.9km인데 내년 말 개통을 앞두고 있습니다.
A large sinkhole occurred near the Sasang-Hadan urban railway construction site for the second day in a row. At around 5:40 a.m. yesterday, a massive sinkhole measuring 5 meters wide and 3 meters long appeared on a road near the construction site. The sinkhole opened directly over a pedestrian crosswalk, but fortunately, there were no pedestrians nearby at the time. Then around 7 a.m. today, another hole 3 meters wide, 3 meters long and 2 meters deep was found near the early morning market in Kamjeondong. A representative from the Sasang-Hadan subway line construction company discovered it while on patrol. This location is only about 200 meters from the site of the previous day's incident. According to reports, on-site officials explained to the district office that the road collapse was caused by excavation work and differs from typical sinkholes. The Sasang district office has blocked off one lane of the road and is currently investigating the cause of the ground subsidence. Since construction began in 2015, there have been 14 instances of ground collapses in the area surrounding the Sasang-Hadan line over the past 3 years. The Sasang-Hadan line, which connects Hasang Station on Subway Line 2 to Hadan Station on Line 1, spans 6.9 kilometers and is scheduled to open by the end of the year.
네, 부산시가 오늘부터 61일간 대한민국 안전대전환 2025년 집중 안전점검을 벌입니다. 부산시 올해 행정안전부가 지정한 20종 시설 유형을 중심으로 1,130여 곳을 점검 대상으로 선정했는데요. 점검은 16개 구군, 시 산하 사업소, 공사, 공단 등과 민간 전문가, 안전기관 등이 협력해서 진행하게 됩니다. 유관이나 일반 장비로는 점검이 곤란한 시설까지 드론이나 사물 인터넷 카메라, 열화상 카메라 등을 활용하고요. 안전정보 통합 공개 시스템으로 점검자의 실명과 점검 결과, 관리 이력까지 공개할 예정입니다. 점검에서 발견된 단순 경미한 위험사항은 신속히 보수 보강 조치하고 중대한 위험사항은 위험 요인이 해소될 때까지 지속관리합니다. 점검 완료 후 7월부터는 점검 결과와 그 조치 이력을 시민들이 직접 확인할 수 있도록 공개할 예정입니다.
Starting April 14th, Busan City will conduct the Korea Safety Transformation 2025 Intensive Safety Inspection Campaign over a 61-day period. The city has selected around 1,130 sites for inspection, focusing on 20 types of facilities designated by the Ministry of the Interior and Safety. The inspections will be carried out in cooperation with 16 district offices, city-affiliated departments and agencies, public corporations, as well as private experts and related safety institutions. For facilities that are difficult to assess visually or with standard equipment, advanced tools such as drones, Internet of Things, cameras, and thermal imaging cameras will be utilized. Through the Integrated Safety Information Disclosure System, the names of inspectors, inspection results, and maintenance records will be made public. Minor and simple hazards found during inspections will be repaired immediately, while significant risks will be managed continuously until the danger is resolved. From July, citizens will be able to view inspection results and follow-up actions directly through the disclosure system.
네, 부산시가 주요 정책과 소식을 영문 보도 자료로 제공할 예정입니다. 영문 보도 자료 서비스는 챗GPT를 활용해서 부산시 보도 자료를 영문으로 번역해서 영문 홈페이지에서 제공하는데요. 번역된 보도 자료는 국문, 원문도 함께 있어서 서로 비교해 볼 수 있습니다. 영문 보도 자료는 부산시 영문 홈페이지에서 볼 수 있습니다.
Busan City has launched a new service providing English language press releases for its key policies and announcements. Using ChatGPT, the city translates its Korean press releases into English and publishes them on its official English website. The original Korean texts are also provided for comparison. These English press releases are available at www.busan.go.kr/eng.
네, 부산시가 2025년 상반기 착한 가격 업소 774곳을 지정했습니다. 착한 가격 업소는 낮은 가격의 양질의 서비스를 제공하는 업소로 정부와 지자체가 2011년부터 지정해오고 있습니다. 이번에 지정된 착한 가격 업소는 한식, 일식, 중식 등 외식업이 618곳으로 거의 80%를 차지하고요. 이용, 미용, 목욕 등 기타 개인 서비스업이 20.1% 차지하고 있습니다.
Busan Metropolitan City announced on April the 14th that it has designated 774 new Good Price stores for the first half of 2025. Good Price stores are businesses that provide high-quality services at low prices. They've been designated by the central and local government since 2011. Of the newly designated stores, 618 are in the food service sector, including Korean, Japanese, and Chinese cuisine. The remaining 156, or 20.1%, are in personal service industries, such as barbershops, beauty salons, and bathhouses.
네, 부산시 클래식 부산이 오는 25일부터 6월 4일까지 2025 부산 발레 시즌을 진행합니다. 창작 소년되는 디어 발레리나를 시작으로 영화의 전당 하늘연 극장과 서울예술의 전당 토월 극장에서 대한민국 발레 축제 초청작으로 창작 발레 레퍼토리인 샤이닝 웨이브를 선보일 예정입니다. 이번 공연에서는 2025 시즌 부산 오페라하우스 발레단 단원들이 참여합니다.
Busan Classic announced on April the 14th that the 2025 Busan Ballet season will take place from April 25th to June 4th. The season will open with the world premiere of Dear Ballerina, followed by the original ballet repertoire Shining Wave, which will be presented as part of the Korea Ballet Festival at the Hanul Theatre in Busan Cinema Center and the Toll Theatre at the Seoul Art Center. Dancers from the 2025 Busan Opera House Ballet Company will participate in the performances, collaborating closely with the production team to showcase their skills.
네, 여기까지 부산 소식 전해드렸습니다.
Okay, we got some messages about the weather. 좀 날씨 문자들이 좀 들어왔는데요.
그렇죠. 너무 변덕스럽고.
그렇죠. 랄라님께서 저 오늘 좀 날았어요. 바람이 어찌나 센지.
아이고.
강풍. It's very windy, so please be careful, everybody. We also had Ration coming in. Welcome to the show, saying 안녕하세요, 모든 분들. 아름다운 월요일입니다. 비 내리는 창밖을 보며 불고기 피자를 먹고 있습니다.
어머, 라면에 불고기 피자에 오늘 뭐 맛있는 거 드시는
그렇죠. 몸에 아주 안 좋은 행복입니다. 아주 좋습니다. Welcome.
맛있게 먹으면 그거 다
칼로리.
약이다. 네.
그죠? Yeah, there you go, there you go. All right. Now it is time to go on to our proverbs.
네.
이제 속담 시간.
그렇습니다.
돌아왔습니다.
네. 자, 오늘도 세 가지 속담을 준비했습니다. 되게 창의적인 능력을 기대해 봅니다.
Okay, let's do this. Let's test my creativity.
네. 고기. 맛있는 고기.
어떤 고기요?
뭐 소고기, 돼지고기, 닭고기. 고기. 고기 만진 손?
고기 만진 손? 이제 씻어야죠.
어디예요?
그냥 화장실에. 또 어디 하겠어요?
어디에? 이 속담의 뜻은 굉장히 인색한 사람이 하는 행동이거든요.
이 손가락 막 빨고 막
고기 만진 손.
그런 거 아닌가요?
자기만
남기면 안 돼. 낭비하면 안 돼.
그렇지, 낭비하면 비슷해. 근데 자기만 먹으면 자기만 먹잖아요. 가족들까지도 먹게 하려. 속담은 좀 위생적이지 않다 지금 생각하니까. 고기 만진 손, 소태 씻을까?
그럼 모든 음식을 다 더럽히는 거죠. 더럽혀가지고 다른 사람들이 다 못 먹게 하는 거.
먹으라고 하는.
먹으라 하는 건가요?
네, 그러니까 이 속담은 아무리 인색하다고 한들 고기 비린내, 생선도 포함되는 것 같아요. 고기 비린내가 아깝다고 그 손을 국소태 씻을까? 이렇게 막 이렇게 비꼬는 말이긴 한데요. 너무 지나치게 인색한 사람을 뜻할 때 아무리 그래도 이렇게 더러운 짓까지는 하지 않겠지? 이런 속담입니다. 설마 그죠?
네. 그러고도 남을 사람들이 좀 있을 수도 있어요.
그렇진 않을 거예요. 설마 고기 만진 손 국소태 씻으랴?
그 라라님께서 소태 씻어서 끓여 먹는다.
끓이면 된다?
예.
그러는 거예요?
뭐 세균을 다 죽여가지고. There you go. All right. So the person, if the hands that touch meat, would they also wash them in the soup pot? I guess talking about very
차라리
cheap
그냥
people.
이렇게 천장에 달아놓고 보고 먹고 하는 건 좀 위생적이네요.
Yes.
예전에 자린고비 막
really?
이야기했잖아요. 굴비 걸어놓고 쳐다보고 그것만 먹고 상상하면서 먹는 거죠.
그죠. 그런 옛날 그 만화 같은 거 많이 봤던 것 같은데요. 그죠. 상상하면서. Okay, let's move on to number 2.
네. 춤추고 싶은 둘째 동서.
둘째 동서? East West?
동서 남북.
첫째 동서 있을까요?
동서란 남편 형제의 아내를.
이런 단어들이 진짜 어렵거든요.
그렇죠.
그 매형,
네네.
처제
네네.
너무 많아가지고.
맞아요. 동서는 남편 형제의 아내.
오케이. 그럼 둘째 동서.
네. 춤추고 싶은 둘째 동서가
첫째
있어요.
동서랑 같이 춰야죠.
같이 춰요?
같이 춰요. 살사, 탱고.
같이 추면 좋겠네요.
그죠?
속담은
근데 왜 둘째인가요?
춤추고 싶은 둘째 동서, 맞동서 보고 춤추라 한다. 이게 속담이에요. 그러니까 둘째 동서가 내가 춤추고 싶은데 자기는 좀 부끄러우니까 맞동서 보고 아유 형님.
마동석 같아.
맞이. 더 위에 맨 첫째 맞동서.
맞동서의 첫째.
네네 맏아들 하는 것처럼. 네, 맞동서 보고 형님이 추세요 하면서 찌르는 거예요. 자기가 추고 싶은데 사실은 그러는 것처럼 자기가 하고 싶은 일인데 오히려 남에게 권하는 경우 있잖아요. 내가 사실은 하고 싶은데
예. 근데 뭐 되게
그냥
만족할 수
네네.
있기 위해서.
자기 마음 자기가 너무 나서기는 좀 힘드니까 그러는 경우. 네.
신기해요. 왜 사람들이 왜 그렇게 하겠어요? 근데 제가 하고 싶은 건데 왜 제가 안 하겠어요?
예.
혼자 춤추기 좀 그렇죠.
좀 뭔가
같이 하러
더군다나
같이 하는 건가요?
자기도 출 수 있으니까.
예 그리고 이게
자기 먼저 하고
네 왜냐하면 이게 둘째 동서가 춤을 추고 싶은 거잖아요.
자신감이 없다는.
네 뭔가 맞동서도 있고 또 어른들도 계신데 둘째가 나서서 춤을 추기는 약간 부끄러운 상황이라면 이제 맞동서 보고 형님이 추세요 하고 이제 밀어붙이는 거죠. 그때 맞동서가 그 마음을 좀 알아줘서 동서 같이 추자 하면 같이 출 수 있는데
Yeah, okay. So they're kind of 좀 겁쟁이잖아요.
네 좀 소심하게 되는 거죠.
그죠? Okay, I get it.
재미있는 속담이라서 데리고 왔습니다.
You can do it with them. 라라님 says 먼저 추면 나중에 따라 추려고. 예,
맞아.
그죠, 그죠. 그런 마음을 좀 알긴 하는 거 같아요.
추고 싶으면 그냥 추자. 그죠?
그죠. 예.
둘째 동서 힘내시고.
Okay, I understand. That's a good
네.
one. So I guess this I don't know 동산 one of the in-laws. The second in-law, they want to dance, but they tell the first in-law sister or brother or whatever to dance first so that they kind of can follow along with them.
네.
되게
와.
신기한, 되게 재미있는 속담이네요.
네.
Okay, let's move on to number 3.
네. 가까운 데를 가도 무엇을 들고 가거라.
돗자리. 부산이라서
가까운 데를 가도 뭐 하고 가거라.
저는 항상 돗자리 가지고 가거든요.
오.
어디를 가든지 이제 차 안에 등에 말고.
깔고
예, 그죠.
책도 보고.
책 들고 갈 수도 있죠. 핸드폰. 정신 들고.
방금 저 그건 줄 알았어요. 정답 맞춘 줄 알았어요.
그럼 뭔가요?
정신과 비슷한.
심리. 맞아요?
발음이 비슷한.
심리?
점심.
점심.
정답.
점심.
네네. 가까운 데를 가도 점심밥을 싸가지고 가거라는 속담이 있어요. 앞일은 예측하기 힘드니까 그냥 잠깐 갔다 오지 뭐라고 해도 이 점심을 끼니를 건너뛰고 일이 길어질 수도 있고 어떻게 될 수도 있으니까
예.
네, 점심밥을 싸가지고 가거라. 준비를 든든히 하고 가거라. 이런 이야기입니다.
좋습니다. 근데 요즘에는 사람들이 다 맛집을 찾는 거 좋아해가지고 집에서도 많이 싸 먹어요. 홍강강님 원래 집에서 준비하시고 속담인 거 알고 있는데
지갑만 두둑히 가지고 가면 되죠.
Okay. Alright. Lots of people know that. 라라님도 많이 아시는 것 같은데요. 속담을 많이 아시는 편인 것 같아요. Now, before you go, I want to ask you today's text topic. 오늘의 텍스트 토픽은요. 지금 현재 여러분의 기분을 영어로 보내주세요. 단어, 문장, 무엇이든지 알려주세요. 홍당당님. 영어로 말해주세요.
영어로 자신 있게 happy.
Happy. 너무 무난한 answer.
이게 참
문장으로
힘듭니다.
해주세요.
그러니까요. 제가 문장했으면 제가 여기 앉아 있죠.
그럼 I am
I am happy.
잘하셨습니다. Everyone, how are you feeling right now? Tell me in English, in a sentence or a word, how you are feeling. That is today's text topic. 홍당당님 감사합니다. 내일 뵙겠습니다.
감사합니다. 고맙습니다.
All right. We're going to take a song break, so don't go anywhere. This is Timeless by Sergio Mendes.
Somebody that you care. So show somebody that you care. In the world that we live in, everybody wants to be so cool, be in the in crowd. Got the hottest clothes, the hottest shoes, reading the tabloids, and we're flossing in the club. But the freshest thing that you can do is give someone your love. someone you love. The clothes that you're wearing, they will one day be out of style. In the car that you're driving, one day will max out in miles. Your hair and your makeup, and the time that it takes up. Can you take the same care of giving someone your love? Kindness is timeless, and love is so easy to give. It just takes a moment to show someone you care. Kindness is timeless, yeah. Love is so easy to give. It just takes a moment, yeah. To give someone your love. Give someone your love. Your love. Someone your love. Give someone your love. Give someone your love. Kindness is timeless, yeah. Love never goes out of style. Love never goes out of style. Love never goes out of style. Give someone your love. Give your love. 'Cause kindness is timeless.
That was Timeless by Sergio Mendes, welcoming you back to For Your Busan. The time is now 4:38 in the afternoon on a Monday, and our text topic of the day was asking you to send us how you're feeling in English, in a word or in a sentence. 지금 현재 여러분의 기분을 영어 단어 혹은 영어 문장으로 알려주세요가 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문입니다. Got a few messages coming in. 인류의 충전소님께서 현재 기분 satisfied. 라면 다 먹었당라고 하셨어요. You must be feeling very satisfied. I often have the 라면 guilt, 그 죄책감. You know, after I finish 라면, it's good, but then I feel like, 내가 왜 그렇게 먹었어? 내가 라면 왜 먹었어? 몸에 안 좋은데. You know, I thought like, I always feel guilty after eating fairly unhealthy food. I don't know why. But as long as you enjoyed it, I hope you don't feel like that. We also have Benny saying, I feel happy, especially when I have to say, sure, let's be friends, and happier. Hey, that's good. Always good to feel happy and when you make new friends. Chae-sung-nim saying, I'm feeling kind of tired for some reason. I don't like the rain, for sure. Yeah, the rain can make you feel certain ways, particularly mentally. But I do hear, you know, physically as well, you know, it hurts people's joints and things like that. Maybe it makes you tired as well. Hopefully by tomorrow, or very soon, the weather will clear up and you'll be happier. You'll feel less tired and have more energy. So everyone keep sending us how you are feeling. What is an English word to describe your feelings or a sentence? Juliet Nim said, I feel excited to see 지적이신 홍당당님, or 지적이신, I think it's that one, and Sexy Ning-nim, and feel happy to talk to all mates. That's great. Excited is how I want you to feel. Pumped up, ready to talk with all the friends. Lala-nim saying 저의 기분은 throbbing. Heart throbbing, I assume. Are you in love, maybe? Is there a special someone? Maybe you're listening with your partner or you're texting someone you like. Sounds very romantic. Nim saying 오늘의 기분은 sentimental. Yeah, the rain has that effect, right? Especially if you're drinking a coffee, looking at the rain, you can feel very sentimental. That 김성들, right? You feel kind of, Sentimental is a good word, I think. Yeah. So when I'm saying I feel fulfilled and cherished by this time spent with Nick and friends, I won't take it for granted. Thank you always. That's a very good message, I think. Don't take it for granted. Always be aware and conscious of the good things in life. Don't take it for granted because it could disappear at any moment. Very good stuff. 폼님 saying 오늘은 일이 많이 없어서 joyful 합니다. That's a great reason as any to feel joyful. Kind of a free day, relaxing, not much work. Good stuff. Keep sending that to us and don't go anywhere because we'll be back with Jimmy.
Tune in to
to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. It is now time for 부산핫플 with Busan's hot person, Jimmy.
Yay, Jim in the building.
How you doing, man?
Hey guys, I'm doing good.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
I was up in Seoul. I actually went to visit this jazz concert with my younger brother. Yeah.
You went all the way to Seoul for a
Yeah,
jazz concert.
right.
Wow, living in luxury, my friend. Living the good life. How was it?
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
It was actually more than what I expected. It was better
Oh, really?
than what I
Oh, that's good.
what I expected.
You're a jazz person, then?
Yeah, I love jazz. Yeah.
I try to appreciate jazz when I can, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. I want to ask
sure?
you. No, I go with my wife when she 같이 가자고 하면 제가 같이 가요. But I do enjoy it.
Yeah, of course.
I like the 분위기 more than the
Yeah,
music.
for sure.
Before we move on, I do want to quickly ask you today's text topic. One English word. Actually, you speak English all the time anyway. Tell me a Thai word for how you're feeling.
Thai?
You speak Thai. 그래서 자기의 기분을 이제 태국말로 알려주세요.
Yeah, 폼락.
폼락, what's that?
폼락. I love. Yeah, I feel love.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
폼락.
Yeah.
There you go. For any of our Thai brothers and sisters listening.
I should really, learn to speak this next time, and then I'll let you know, my vibe is on fire. I want to say that in Thai, so yeah, I'm gonna let you know.
You totally could.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so where did you go for this week's 부산핫플?
Oh, I actually went to a Busan Cinema Center yesterday because there is actually a 43rd edition of a Busan Theater Festival is actually going on until the 20th. So yeah, I actually went there to look around, and then I got a good opportunity to interview director and actors and even the participants there. So it was a great time.
Awesome. All right then.
Yeah.
So the Busan Theatre Festival, it's BTF for short. Right, yeah. And if you could explain it in your own feelings. Your own
Sure.
words.
So it's an annual event that actually celebrates the power of performing arts, and especially Korean stage plays and theoretical expression. And this year actually marks the 43rd edition. And then it actually continues to bring together like a local talent. They actually held this event where the Busan citizens can also participate in this kind of a play.
Okay.
So they actually also created those kind of a play too. So this year's BTF is being held from the April 3rd to the 20th.
Okay.
So we still have got some few more days. So for those of you guys who are interested, you guys can actually go to several different areas, such as Busan Cinema Center and Busan Theater in Nampodong area, and then others. So you guys can definitely look up online, and then you guys can definitely check it out.
Brilliant stuff. What were some of the highlights of the exhibitions?
Oh yeah, there was this the play called Playback 100, like backstage youth theater project, and also the international collaboration with the Vietnamese play named Dong Chi, and also diverse venues across the Busan Cinema Center and all the other places that are held this Busan Theater Festival.
Okay, so it seems like quite a diverse selection of things that you can experience here. And of course, you went there and you got some interviews.
Sure. So for the first interview, I had an interview with the director who is actually serving as the artistic director of this year's theater festival. So I actually got to interview 최용혁 예술감독. So let's check out the first audio clip together. 네, 안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 반갑습니다. 저는 부산 연극제 예술감독을 맡고 있는 최용혁이라고 합니다.
네, 감독님. 이번 2025 제43회 부산연극제가 이번 한 달 동안에 20일까지 진행되는 걸로 알고 있는데요. 간단한 이번 연도의 컨셉 좀 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 올해는 저희가 청년이 연극하기 좋은 도시 부산, 그다음에 시민이 연극 보기 좋은 도시 부산이라는 슬로건을 가지고 네, 섹션별로 이제 청년 섹션도 있고요, 국제 교류 섹션, 그다음에 시민들이 참여할 수 있는 섹션 이렇게 하고 아카데미 섹션이 또 신설돼가지고 다양한 부대 행사랑 함께 진행되고 있습니다.
네, 방금 말씀해 주신 것처럼 많은 프로그램 중에 오늘 13일 진행되는 부산 시민 연극 경연 대회에 대해서 또 간단하게 한번 말씀해 주시면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 부산 시민 연극 경연대회는 저희가 2년 전부터 이제 섹션을 따로 뽑아가지고 이제 시민들이 참여할 수 있는 공연 예술 축제로 이제 진행을 하고 있었는데요. 올해는 이제 저희 신청을 받아 보니까 10개의 팀 전부 다 연극 단체였고, 그다음에 10대부터 또 80대까지 다양한 연령층이 참여를 하게 돼가지고 이번엔 처음부터 시민 연극 경연대회라는 이름을 하면 좋겠다라고 해서 올해는 그렇게 진행을 하고 있고요. 연극 경연대회라고 생각해 주시면 됩니다.
네, 감사합니다. 마지막으로 감독님께 연극제는 이렇게 해서 꼭 와보셔야 된다 라고 한 말씀 해주시고, 감독님께 연극이란 하면은 좀 어떤 키워드로 해주실 수 있는지 마지막으로 말씀 부탁드릴게요.
올해 연극제는 이제 일주일 남았거든요. 그래서 올해 연극제 남은 작품 3작품에도 많은 관심을 주시면 좋을 것 같고요. 저의 연극이란 네, 아무래도 좀 더 축제에 방점이 찍혀 있는 연극제다 보니까 좀 더 다 같이 즐길 수 있는 거였으면 좋겠다라고 생각을 하고 있습니다.
좋은 말씀 감사드리고 마지막까지 저도 연극제 응원하겠습니다.
네,
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Yeah, he told us that Busan is a city where young people can do theater, and also Busan is a city where citizens can watch theater. Like that's the slogan for this year.
Okay.
So they want to actually go like diverse and then stretch out, because it was more like a festival only for the people who are involved in theater until now. But starting from like few years back, they've just decided to make this event more diverse and then more likely open to the public and to the citizens of Busan. So
That's always. I've got a few friends who act just as hobbies. You know, they don't get paid for it.
back in England.
No, in Korea.
Here?
Yeah, in Korea.
Oh.
They love to do the, like 소연극 and stuff like that. Like the small 소연극장에서, like the ones in Gwangalli and the ones also in Nampo.
Wow.
They do a lot of performances. It's just for fun, but it's really impressive that people want to act in their free time.
True.
I used to do it when I was in high school.
Oh.
I was in the drama club.
Whoa.
So you act them. But
Drama club.
yeah, but really, if you're not going to go to Hollywood, I don't know, I just gave up. Anyway, so you also had another interview, right?
Yeah, I actually had a chance to speak with an actress who is actually serving as both an ambassador and performer this year's theater festival. So let's check out the audio clip together. 안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 안녕하세요. 저는 이번에 청년 인큐베이팅 사업으로 뽑히게 된 홍보대사 배우 이혜빈입니다.
또 배우님께서 이렇게 또 오셨는데요.
네.
청년 인큐베이팅이라고 하셨는데 그 프로그램에 대해서 또 간략하게 한번 설명해 주시겠어요?
청년 인큐베이팅은 이제 각 3분이 뽑혀가지고 극단에 한 명씩 들어가서 홍보대사 활동도 하고 배우로서 또 참여할 수 있는 그런 기회를 가진 프로그램으로.
현재 지금 극단에도 소속되어 계시고 그리고
네.
이제 또 배우로도 활동을 하시는 건데요.
네.
배우로서 조금 목표하는 바 그리고 선발된 부분에 있어서 조금 소감 한번 말씀해 주시겠어요?
저는 배우로서는 관객들이 이혜빈이 하네? 하면은 믿고 또 와줄 수 있는 그런 배우가 되고 싶고요. 이번에 뽑힌 소감은 너무 감사하다. 그런, 왜냐면 학교를 졸업하고 나서 사실 좀 되게 막막했었는데 이번 프로그램을 통해서 좀 극단과의 소통도 가능했고 또 다양한 배우님들도 만나면서 좀 고민 같은 거라던가 아니면은 앞으로 좀 어떻게 해야 되는지를 많이 배울 수 있었어서 좀 많이 감사했던 것 같습니다.
그럼 마지막으로 지금 또 홍보대사이시니까 어떻게 보면 아직 부산 연극제를 많이 모르시거나 아직 안 와보신 분들도 분명히 많으실 거거든요. 그러면 이런 분들은 꼭 이렇게 해서 꼭 와보셔야 된다라는 말씀을 어떻게 한번 조금 해주실 수 있을까요?
저희 슬로건이 청년이 연극하기 좋은 도시, 시민이 연극 보기 좋은 도시 부산이잖아요. 그래서 과연 부산은 어떻게 또 연극을 이렇게 만들었을지 한번 기대를 해주시면 좋을 것 같아요.
네, 저도 앞으로 응원하겠습니다. 좋은 말씀 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Yeah, so she's currently actually doing an ambassador job for the theater festival. And then as an actor, she wants to become an actor that the audience can trust and watch whenever she appears.
That's good. So you got to speak with your talent then.
Right.
Do you act? Have you ever acted, Jimmy?
Maybe when I was in like kindergarten or elementary school.
You were like the star on a tree or something. 달랑달랑. We had 소님 saying drama club. 닉 혹시 로미오 하셨나요? Hamlet 하셨나요?
줄리엣 했어요, 닉은.
I did the Juliet role. No, I was the tree in the background. No.
Tree 1 and Tree 2.
I didn't really do Shakespeare.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think anyone likes Shakespeare in drama club. You want to do contemporary stuff, modern things.
True.
All right, we've got one more interview.
Yeah, I actually got to speak to the citizen of Busan whose her daughter is actually an actress. So yeah, I asked her about how he feels about it. So let's check out the last audio clip together.
안녕하세요. 간단하게 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
예. 저 부산에 살고 있는 이신열입니다.
네, 지금 어떻게 또 이렇게 영화의 전당에 오시게 되셨을까요?
이 지인이 아는 사람이고 딸이 활동을 하고 있기 때문에 그래 왔어요.
아, 배우로서 활동을 하고 계세요?
네.
따님이 실질적으로 이렇게 연극을 하시게 되는 공연을 보시게 되는 건데 간단한 기대감 한번 여쭤봐도 될까요?
딸이 얼마나 배우로서 활동을 하고 있는지 그런 것도 있고 기대를 가지고 왔습니다.
아, 네. 그러면 어떻게 보면 아직도 부산 연극제를 많이 모르시는 분들도 있고 청취자분들께서 아직 안 와보신 분들도 있을 거니까 한번 그래도 이거는 꼭 이렇게 해서 와야 된다라고 마지막으로 한 말씀 한번 해주시겠어요?
네, 부산 연극기를 살리기 위해서는 딸이라든지 지인들이 활동하고 있지 않아도 모든 그 시민들이 한 번씩 와서 볼 수 있는 그런 여건이 조성되었으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 좋은 말씀 감사합니다.
와, 아니 그런 목소리 가지시는 분이 직접 연기 좀 하셔야 할 것 같은데요.
그러니까요. 목소리가 굉장히 카리스마틱해서
that was really
멋있었어요.
good. I liked his voice.
Right.
Yeah. So he had a daughter that's
Yeah.
in the play, I believe.
Right.
He must be very proud.
Yeah, so I mean, he was really proud of it, and then he was really looking forward to it too.
Yeah. So if you're a fan of the performing arts, or if you're kind of curious about Busan's creative scene, then this is the 43rd?
Yeah, 43rd.
This will be right up your alley. This will be a
Yeah.
great thing to go on a date with as well.
Yeah.
Even if performances aren't really your thing, they're not really my thing, but going on a date is great. You know, it's a great way to spend an evening.
Right, so it will be end on 20th. So from now until the end, there are 3 more plays that the audiences can actually go and see. So yeah, don't miss it out.
Go check it out, everyone. Jimmy, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention, and I'll see you next week.
All right, I'll see you guys next week.
All right. Okay, everybody, we are going to wrap up the first half here. Make sure to stay tuned because we'll be back at 5. This is 그녀와의 이별 by 김현정, requested by Benny Nim.
FYB판 부산영어방송.
부산의 축제 어디까지 즐겨보셨나요? 과거와 현재, 미래가 공존하는 항구도시 부산. 이곳 부산은 계절을 물들이는 다양한 축제로 늘 풍성합니다. 봄의 시작을 알리는 봄꽃 축제부터 부산의 여름을 만끽하는 바다 축제, 전 세계 영화인들이 모이는 부산국제영화제와 새로운 시작의 해맞이 축제까지. 부산의 축제는 우리의 열정을 가득 담고 있습니다. 바쁜 일상은 잠시 뒤로 하고 특별한 시간을 선물 받는 바로 이곳 부산에서 우리의 삶은 축제가 됩니다. 축제로 하나 되는 부산. 여러분은 어떤 축제를 기다리시나요? 이 캠페인은 대선공익재단과 BFM 부산영어방송이 함께합니다.
Did you know that an average person in South Korea uses more than 10 kilograms of disposable products a year? While convenient, it does weigh heavily on the environment as they take up to 500 years to break down. Here is how we can cut down on disposable products. First, use tumblers and mugs instead of plastic or paper cups. When you go grocery shopping, bring a reusable bag so you won't have to ask for a plastic one. At home, instead of reaching for single-use paper towels or wet wipes, use rags and towels. These small steps for the environment can have a big impact on planet Earth. This campaign was brought to you by BEFM Busan 영어방송.
The weather is so nice today. I'm sure this won't be a big deal.
A 3-second long lapse in judgment can burn up an entire mountain, which will take 100 years to recover. We can protect these lush forests if you follow these guidelines. First, do not bring flammable materials to the mountains. Second, do not cook or camp in the mountains. Third, do not litter cigarette butts. Your small actions are the first step towards protecting the beautiful forest. This campaign is brought to you by BEFM 부산영어방송.
지금 방송 광고라는 부메랑을 던져보세요. 소비자를 향해 정확히 날아가는 광고. 힘차게 돌아가는 경제. 부메랑처럼 다시 기업의 이익으로 되돌아오니까요. 방송 광고, 경제에 큰 힘이 됩니다. 부산 방송광고발전협의회.
The time is now 5 o'clock.
포열 부산?
포열 부산 아닙니까? 원래는 울산 사람이니까 포열 부산 내리죠 이렇게.
포열 부산.
포열 부산. 할까요? 포열 부산.
You're now listening to For Your Busan.
What's your name?
Hi, my name is Dilnaz, and I'm a JK student, exchange student from Kazakhstan.
Wow, that is wonderful. Tell us a little bit, how long have you been in Korea?
I've been in Korea for 1 month, actually. Yeah, and it's like wonderful experience.
First of all, why don't you introduce Kazakhstan to us? Tell us a little bit about what it's like in your home country.
Kazakhstan is located in Central Asia, and actually now after 1 month being in Korea, I'm really missing my hometown, especially the food. I'm missing food, family, and Kazakhstan is For me, it's a really it's a country where I want to live forever.
So tell us, first of all, what is the landscape like? Are there mountains, rivers, lakes? Tell us what it's like just about the geography.
It's a nomadic country. It's before it was nomadic, and we have a lot of landscape and mountains. Actually, also, I was living in Almaty, and Almaty is a great city with the mountains in it, really good views.
And what about the food? What kind of food do you guys eat on a daily basis?
Actually, we eat a lot of meat. Comparing to Korea, I'm missing the meat in Kazakhstan because usually we eat soup. I want to say about our traditional dish is called beshbarmak and baursak. It's actually a dish contained of potatoes, horse meat, onions, and a dough. And this dish is really, really high calorie dish, but it's the best, I think, in the world because in Kazakhstan, in Almaty, we contribute a lot of horse meat. And comparing to Korea, here in Korea, people mostly eat pork. And it's really hard for us with my friend to find a proper meat to eat.
What does horse meat taste like compared to pork or beef? I've never tried horse meat.
I've never tried pork, but I think horse meat is actually cooked for a long time. I don't know how to compare it with what meat to compare it because the taste of it, it's delicious. Especially there is kazi. It's like a sausage. Horse sausage, and the taste of it is amazing.
Wow, okay. So you missed the taste of horse meat. It might be hard to find in Busan.
Yeah, it's really hard. I cannot find even the good, proper beef here. But horse meat, I think it's impossible.
Okay. And what about the culture? Is there any major differences you've noticed compared to Kazakhstan and Busan?
There's not a lot of major cultural differences because in our hometown is also people are really hospitality is really popular in our country, and I noticed that Korean people are also really kind to you, and if you need help, they can help you because there was a lot of situation with my friend. We were in the subway. Either it's just shops or markets, and people try to help us. In Kazakhstan, it's the same, actually.
Oh, wow. Great. And so how about the weather? Is it similar to the weather there?
I'm going to talk about the weather in my city. Almaty, it's actually the major city in Kazakhstan, but it's not a capital city. The weather in Almaty, it's really strange because in the morning, it can be really, really cold, like a winter cold. And at the end of the day, it's like a spring. Yeah. I think 2 weeks in Busan. At the beginning, it was the same weather as in Almaty because I've noticed changes in the temperature.
And what's been your favorite thing about being in Busan for the last month or so?
There's a lot of favorite things, but I think I really enjoy being near the sea. Yeah, and go explore new places. And actually, I have a really close Korean family here. So they are showing me a lot of good places also. When I talk to them, they are teaching me cultural differences in Korea.
You're learning a lot from them.
I'm learning a lot from them.
Oh, well, I hope that you can stay here a long time. How long do you plan to stay in Korea?
My exchange program ends at the beginning of June, I think, so I might be left by that time.
Oh, and so only a few months in Korea.
A few months, yeah.
Do you have any goals or things on your bucket list you want to do before you go?
Of course, visit Seoul, go to Coldplay concert. Actually, we are planning to go there. Visit Jeju Island. That's the main goal.
Well, I hope you can achieve all of your bucket list goals and have a great time over the next few months. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Tegan, for bringing us today's On the Mic. And today we had Dilnaz, who is an exchange student from Kazakhstan and has been in Busan for over a month. Her home country was originally a nomadic country and has beautiful scenery, and the main differences that she felt about living in Korea and living back home is that they don't usually eat pork there, but they eat horse meat, which she hasn't been able to find here. I would say though, I think in Jeju-do you can find horse meat, so maybe if you head over there, you can find a little bit. Maybe it'll taste like home or slightly different. But she did like the culture because there are some similarities. She found Korean people very friendly and helpful, and she's made lots of friends with the Korean family too. And that's been one of her favorite things. She'll go back to Kazakhstan in June. And she does say she wants to visit Jeju. So there you go. I hope she has a great time in the rest of her time in Korea. And this is why I love this segment, because we hear the voices of people that are traveling through and living in Busan every single day. Well, everyone, the time is 5:07 in the afternoon. It's Monday. How are you feeling? I hope you haven't got the Monday blues. But looking at the comments, it seems that a lot of people, the majority of people, are feeling fairly positive. So today's text topic was to send me how you are feeling in English. It can be a word or a phrase. 지금 현재 여러분의 기분을 영어로 말해주세요. 단어, 문장, 무엇이든지 알려주세요. 오늘의 텍스트 토픽 질문이었습니다. Now, we've got some messages coming in. 만옥도 영어님, welcome to the show. Hope you're having a good Monday so far. They said, 안녕하세요. 저의 오늘 기분은 awesome입니다. 토요일 날 경주 가서 엄마도 뵙고 일요일에는 어제 집콕하면서 잘 쉬었고 무엇보다 오늘 두 눈 반짝이며 제 수업을 들어주는 어머니 학생들을 만났거든요. Sounds like you had a great weekend. Your parents live in Gyeongju. That's awesome. I like to find any reason I can to visit Gyeongju because it's beautiful. That's great. I'm glad you got to have a eventful and fulfilling weekend and that you're having good classes as well. Sounds like an awesome day, and I'm glad you are having an awesome day. Everyone else, please tell me how you are feeling. That is today's topic in an English word or a phrase. What are you feeling? It could be awesome. It could be good. It could be tired, sleepy, annoyed. Don't worry, it can be anything. You don't always have to be positive. Tell me the truth. We can chat about it, if you don't mind. You can send your messages to pound 9050, 샵 9050, which will cost you 101, a KakaoTalk message, or a YouTube live comment where you can see me in the studio and talk with all of our friends in the live chatting area. As Hangyun-nim saying, I feel. That sounds what like a robot would say, right? You press the power button and it goes, I feel. That's kind of creepy, actually, Sang-Yun-nim. Maybe you just pressed enter too quickly. Yeah. Juliet says, 닉님은 어때요? I'm feeling good. I know that's a very safe answer, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling maybe slightly sleepier than I was last Friday, but I think it's just how Mondays are, right? You know, Mondays are great for me. But I don't know why. I think it could be my hay fever. The allergies are making me feel a little bit almost drowsy. I didn't take any medication today, so I don't know why. But I'm feeling good. I'm happy. I'm feeling chill. There you go, chill. Chill is a good word. Okay, Sang-Yun-nim came out of robot mode and sent the rest of the message. I feel challenged today, work-wise and personal life-wise. But I believe they are fruitful challenges once I overcome them. Perfect. There you go. So you can take something kind of negative, feeling challenged, feeling tired, and you turned it into something positive. That's great. It really is your mindset is the most important thing. And that's great. When you're feeling challenged, through challenges, through trials and tribulations, you tend to grow. You tend to grow as a person. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So you'll come out stronger, Sang-Yun-nim. Thank you for being honest with us. Everyone, send your messages in. Don't be shy. For now, we're going to listen to a song and then we'll be back. This is 너와의 모든 지금 by 제스비.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce 제제 승원 까비 말도 안 되게 싱그러웠어 노래도 됐던 그 나이에 이유 없이도 특별했었지 같은 그게 난 그리운 거야 아마 그 모든 어쩌면 넌 뭘 했어도 성공할 연인 걸 알고 있잖아. 한 번도 굳이 말하지 못한 그 말 내가 뒤에 있어 당장 찔러버려. 마지막 날인 것처럼 오늘을 시작해. 내게 언제 나를 사랑하냐고 물으면 바로 지금 날 알아보고 날 믿어주는 너와의 모든 지금 쏟아지는 별빛들보다 눈부시게 빛나고 있어. 나를 난난난난난 피할 수가 없는 날이면 하루쯤은 그냥 구겨 던져버려. 온몸으로 막아도 내일은 올 테니까 Get it over tonight. Say what you believe 넌 너를 그냥 믿어. 도무지 너를 모르겠다면 네 곁에 나를 믿어. 아무것도 아닌 건 아무것도 어땠어. 우리의 모든 순간들 We're gonna get you baby. We're gonna wait till you be there. 쏟아지는 빛들보다 눈부시게 빛나고 있어. 나를 난난난난난
Welcome back, everybody, to the show. We just listened to 제스비 with 너와의 모든 지금. And you're listening to the For Your Busan, not the For Your Busan, For Your Busan. Just before we move on, I want to let you know of a PSA. Rain or snow with strong winds and thunder is expected until early tomorrow. Secure loose items and avoid outdoor activities. Stay away from coasts and drive slowly due to wind and icy roads. Seems you can't escape the constant weather attacks. So please be safe, everybody. Beware of the wind and the rain. And all of that is coming our way. All right, the time is 5:14 in the afternoon. It is now time for everybody's favourite Busan Quizmaster.
Zooby-dooby, zooby-dooby, bum-ba-da, zooby-dooby, ba-dum-bum. Zooby-dooby, zooby-dooby, 나치 큐파가 stupid man. Zooby-dooby, zooby-dooby.
Welcome back, everybody. It is now time for Quizmaster. We just had to play that jingle as you do, right? Today is it's always the chance for you to win a prize by sending your messages and trying to guess the correct answer. But today is not really about guessing a correct answer. It's about being creative. I'm going to tell you a word, and you have to make an acrostic poem out of that word. 오늘은 이행시 날입니다. Using the word of the day, please create an acrostic poem and we'll pick the best one. If you make it fun or meaningful, your chances of becoming the winner will be pretty high. So, today's word for our acrostic poem is happy. Happy. Happy, right? We're going for the English version of it. Happy. Okay? So send me your acrostic poems with he plus p. And there you go. Sounds interesting in Korean. 멋진 시를 보내주신 분들 중 추첨을 통해서 선물을 드립니다. So remember, there are prizes to be won. Coffee coupon. Coffee always makes you feel happy, right? So, or if you want, you can use the English, the 영국 version, which is happy. Not happy. That's too American for me. You can say happy or happy. 둘 다 괜찮습니다. Send me them. 그리고 오늘의 텍스트 토픽에 관한 여러분의 참여도 기다리고 있겠습니다. Send me any messages you like for your chance to win. We're going to take a song break and then we'll be back and I'll read some of these. We're listening to Little Star by Standing Egg.
눈을 감고 내가 하는 이야기를 잘 들어봐. 나의 얘기가 끝나기 전에 너는 꿈을 꿀 거야. Little star tonight. 밤새 내가 지켜줄 거야. 처음 너를 만났을 땐 정말 눈이 부셨어. 너의 미소를 처음 봤을 땐 세상을 다 가졌어. Little star tonight. 내가 지켜줄 거야 내 품에 안긴 채 곤히 잠든 널 보면 나는 잠시도 눈을 뗄 수 없어 이렇게 예쁜데 숨이 멎을 것 같아 내가 어떻게 잠들 수 있겠니 나의 사랑 나의 전부 하늘이 내린 천사 나의 두 눈을 나의 세상을 모두 훔쳐버렸어 Little star tonight 밤새 내가 지켜줄 거야 내 품에 안긴 채 곤히 잠든 널 보면 나는 잠시도 눈을 뗄 수 없어 이렇게 예쁜데 숨이 멎을 것 같아 내가 어떻게 잠들 수 있겠니 눈을 감고 내가 하는 이야기를 잘 들어봐 나의 얘기가 끝나기 전에 너는 꿈을 꿀 거야 Little star tonight 밤새 내가 지켜줄 거야 내 사랑 tonight 밤새 내가 지켜줄 거야 평생 내가 지켜줄 거야
Welcome back, everybody. That was Little Star by Standing Egg. The time is now 5:20 in the afternoon on Monday. You're listening to For Your Busan. My name is Nick. We're in the middle of Busan Quizmaster, and I'm taking your creative poems right now. Today is an acrostic poem day, 이행시날입니다. And today's words that you are making a poem out of is happy or happy. Happy. So there's lots of things you could say. Right, make a poem and send it to me and you could win a coffee coupon. Let's have a look at a couple. So we have 상윤님 saying 해피하고 싶다면 피땀 눈물 흘릴 각오도 해야지. I like that. You need to be ready to blood, sweat and tears to be happy. I guess so. I guess if you want to be rich and if you can be happy and rich, you got to work for it, right? You got to work for that happiness. 멋지네요. I like that. Good stuff, good stuff. We have 소이님 coming in with one saying 해질녘에 먹는 피. I hope it doesn't finish there. 해질녘에 먹는 피자 꿀맛입니다. There you go. Eating Eating pizza at twilight. 해질녘 is that twilight, right? Kind of like the dusk twilight time. Yeah, that is 꿀맛이죠. It's amazing. It's the best. Everyone, don't be shy. Send me your acrostic poems and you could win a prize. 장 PD, I'm going to ask for yours. Happy? You ready? 해가 뜨면 피. 피곤하다. 이거 좋다. Give the coffee coupon to 장 PD. Well done. Good stuff. All right, everyone else. So we have 3865번님 who says, I'm very tired. It's Monday. 혹시 다 장 PD님이세요? I'm very tired. It's Monday. I hope you feel a bit better. 3865번님. Mondays have you feeling a little bit tired, I think. Benny님 saying, okay. 해피. 피어납니다. So, happiness blossoms and comes out. Okay, I'll take that. All right. We have 만학도 영어님 saying, 하하하, 웃어보세요. 피식 웃어도 괜찮아요. 웃으면 행복해져요. 좋습니다. I like that. Even if you're 피식 웃는 거, what is that? Kind of like sniggering? Kind of just like sneering, sniggering, kind of like 그냥 비웃을 때 피식 웃지 않아요? 꼭 아니죠. 좀 so I guess just like sniggering, I guess, but that has a negative connotation to it. Okay, I get what you're saying. Little laughs, fake laughs are good too. You become happier. 소희님 saying hair. 햇님처럼 반짝이는 닉의 피부. 비결이 뭔가요? 이 카메라 필터죠. That's 제 비결입니다. The filter is usually pretty good. Don't go too far in. 확대하지 마세요. My skin was always like okay, but as I get older, the blemishes start appearing. The 모공들, the random spots, right? Can't fight that unless you know a really good cream that prevents aging. But hey. Anyone else? Okay, everyone send them to us. We have chasing them with one here. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not a... Oh, it is. Okay. 하루 종일 비가 내려요. 비로가 몰려오네요. There you go. Yeah, I feel that's a good one actually because it's kind of true. But I hope you do feel better very soon. Keep sending them to us at #9050, 샵 9050, cost 101, KakaoTalk message, or a YouTube live message, and you could win a prize. We're going to take a song break, and then we'll be back. This is Before Sunrise by 이적 with 정인.
अंबर का चांद ज़मीन पर इतरा के गा रहा 그 밤일은 자꾸 생각하지 말아요 생각하면 자꾸 그 생각이 커져요 그 밤이는 자꾸 생각하지 말아요 그럴수록 쓸쓸해져요 우린 취했고 그 밤은 참 길었죠 나쁜 마음은 조금도 없었죠 실끝 하나로 커다란 외투를 풀어내듯 자연스러웠던 걸 우린 알고 있어요
그 밤이란 자꾸 생각하면 안 돼요 우리가 다시 만날 수도 없잖아요 그 밤이란 자꾸 생각하면 안 돼요 그럴수록 더 슬퍼져요 우린 취했고 그 밤은 참 길었죠 나쁜 마음은 조금도 없었죠 실끝 하나
What a lovely ballad right there. Before Sunrise by Lee-jeok and Jung-in, welcoming you back to For Your Busan at 5:27 in the afternoon. Welcome to the show, everyone. My name is Nick, if you're just joining in. And we're in the middle of Busan Quizmaster, where I've asked you to make an acrostic poem, or 이행시, out of a specific word. And today's word is happy. Happy입니다, or happy, however you want to say it. We've got a lot of creative answers coming in. So, let's have a little looky-loo. We have 파랑님. Welcome to the show, 파랑님. Always nice to see you. Saying, 해무가 낀 바닷가에서 밀려오는 파도를 피하며 즐거웠던 날들이 그립습니다. Very romantic, very... It sounds like it should be in a novel. Maybe those days will return. Maybe those days will return. All right, we have 조현철님. Welcome to the show, buddy. Saying, 해가 질 때쯤 피곤한 몸을 이끌고 듣는 영어 방송 즐겁구나. 라고 하셨어요. You're just discovering that today? I'm glad you are. Thank you very much for that one. We have 황 작가님 saying, 해치지 않아요. 피하지 마세요. I believe you. I believe you don't bite. Don't worry. You won't hurt us, will you? We won't avoid you. There's got to be another reason people are avoiding you, 황 작가님. Find that out. We have 소님 saying, 해. Having fun with Nick always. P. Feels good. Feels good. That's good. That's creative. I like that one. Feels good. Hanging out with you guys feels really good too. Benny Nim saying, hey, I have a fun day. P, it feels amazing with the weather. I guess I have to say that because feels, I guess feels is meant to be pilse in this case, right? We have 3865 번님 as well saying, 해가 뜨면 피할 곳 찾아야 돼요. For sure. What, are you a vampire? You're a vampire. 3865 번님. You gotta avoid that sunlight. For sure. All right, we have Chae-sung-nim as well coming in with a message. Is that a message? Oh, okay, here we go. 해로운 라면을 비 오면 피할 수 없네. 그죠? Yeah. Harmful. You can't. Yeah, I mean, you can if you try, I guess. But all right. Any more? We've got a lot of creative ones coming in. Juliet Nim saying 해발 1000m에 피어나는 보혈꽃. Oh. What does a 보혈꽃 look like? Just my face with a bunch of petals everywhere. The petals can be Hailey. And there you go. Just imagine my face with Hailey's and Jimmy's and people dotted around. That would be nice. No, it wouldn't. It'd be creepy. It'd be a horror movie. All right, we also have 황 작가님 saying 해가 뜨고 얼마 안 된 것 같은데 피곤해지는 거 보니 하루가 다 갔네요. 그래도 화이팅. Positive stuff. Lots of good ones coming in. Okay, I like the creativity here, but we have got a winner. And we're going to give a coffee coupon to 상윤님께 드리겠습니다. Congratulations, 상윤님. That was a very creative one, I think. It obviously impressed our writer. You got to... I guess it's kind of like a Rocky Balboa sentiment. You know, you've got to sweat blood and tears for happiness. You got to be happy even if you got to kill for it, I guess, would be one of them. Great stuff. And everyone, thank you for your creative inputs. Remember, if you didn't win today, we have this Quizmaster segment every single day with your chance to win a prize, so don't worry. Now, the time is 5:31 in the afternoon, which means Hailey is here.
Tune in to For Your Busan, featuring local news, events, and interviews with people in the community. Airing from 4:05 to 6 p.m.
Welcome back, everybody, to For Your Busan. It is 5:32 in the afternoon, and joining me on this gloomy Monday with an ungloomy presence is Hailey.
Hello.
I need you as background noise just to go, ooh.
Ooh,
The typical canned responses that you can have.
You press a button, you're like, ooh.
Yeah. So you made it here safely?
I did. Almost got blown away. Well, not quite. My hair did.
Really?
A little Medusa thing going on. I had to do a little, a little
stone
yeah.
now. Now I know you have one prepared.
I do. I have two prepared.
You have two prepared. There you go. All right, you ready? 해.
헤일리.
피.
피부 좋은데?
Oh.
I apologize, but also not really. 자기애가 아주 어마어마합니다. 아유, 정말.
Honestly, your skin is pretty good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I don't know if it's the makeup or genetics.
It's it's the lighting. By the way, BFM 조명 맛집입니다.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Yeah. Studio B especially. I just want this to follow me everywhere.
Right.
Because we sometimes film shorts, or I don't know, I film shorts outside the studio.
Yeah.
And
it never looks as the
and
same.
all my friends are like, were you tired? I'm like, shh.
So you got to carry one of those portable
I
lamps
do.
with you to.
I would like someone to just shine.
Poke the left half or the right half of your face.
그러니까요.
You said you had two.
I have two.
All right then. Is this another 자기 자랑하는 거?
It's the corner. It's 코너 자랑하는.
Okay,
코너 자랑하는 시간입니다.
This is good. Okay. All right. 해.
해피한 월요일 For Your 부산에
피.
피날레 코너 부산 테일스. Yay!
We also had one more from 1191번님 saying 해. 피. 피곤해도 오늘도 한번 잘 찾아봅시다.
I like it. I like it. Yes.
찾아보시는 거죠. Good stuff. I like these. These are good today. All right. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing quite well.
Yeah.
Quite well. Yeah. We were just talking about it, how we just the gloom and the doom and all the rain.
Right.
Well, the rain this morning, the wind.
Yeah,
and
I can imagine some howling in the distance.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of 해, we are searching for that sun.
Yes.
Hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed. But it is spring, believe it or not. Maybe the fickle weather is proof that it is spring. 원래 봄비, because what's the saying? April showers bring Mayflowers.
Oh, really? Is that
yeah,
like
it's
like
I don't know, maybe it's American.
Maybe,
Right.
I've heard of it.
Right. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, April showers did drop all the cherry blossom petals, but that means we have a lot of greenery coming. So continuing on our discussion from last week, where we talked about some mountains, I want to talk about trees. Because we talked about forests last week, we're going to talk about trees.
Right.
네, 이번 주는 숲을 안 보고 나무를 보겠습니다.
Last week was
forests and trees.
Arbor Day.
Yes. And this week it's just spring. It's the week after Arbor Day. I'm still obsessing over trees.
Have you been to like what's a 수목원 in English? Like a tree?
Arboreum.
It's called an arboreum.
I think it's arboreum. Yeah. I mean, I do love arboreums, but I do love going to nature, and especially like what are those called? Just basically forests that are mostly on flat ground. I do prefer that to mountains. But Nick, what are some of your natural sites?
I quite like bamboo forests because I used to live in Busan where they have the 대나무 숲.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, and I used to run there a lot. Almost every day. So I would run through the bamboo forest and I just have good memories. I like the smell.
The sound.
Right,
the
it's
sound.
Creepy.
Really?
It is, especially because I run at nighttime.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So it would be super scary and I'd run through it and I'd always be looking behind me. But something about it is very mystical.
It is definitely. It kind of feels like you're in the middle of like a Hong Kong martial arts kind of a movie. Like you're Bruce Lee training to avenge your family.
Yeah.
So we have forests, beaches, cliffs. We often think of these larger areas, but like Nick said, bamboo trees. Do you have a favorite tree? Is bamboo tree your favorite?
You're questioning my knowledge on
of trees.
Here.
Yeah.
All I know is the green ones.
All right.
I know oak tree, which is 버드나무.
Is it 버드나무?
That's what I heard on TV.
Oaks are willow, no?
I don't know.
Because I was going to say...
Is there a difference?
Well,
I know the Whomping Willow in Harry Potter.
Yeah. It's 버드나무. 버드나무 is willow tree. Well, I'll have somebody with internet access to look it up.
버드나무, Whomping Willow.
Whomping willow. I don't know what that is in Korean. In any case, there are some famous trees around the world, believe it or not.
Okay.
So, for example, the Bodhi tree, 보리나무, 보리수나무 in Sri Lanka. This is where Buddha apparently attained enlightenment.
Yeah, that's a famous tree.
Yeah, and I don't know if you've been there. There's the General Sherman tree in Sequoia National Park, which is estimated to be 2,200 to 2,700 years old.
From BC times.
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently the largest tree in the world by volume. By the way, the oldest tree of 2,700 impresses you in California. 4,800 years old. And then historically, there's Anne Frank's chestnut tree in Amsterdam. The list goes on and on and on.
Actually, I just thought I can't remember the name. I think it's a Japanese tree. It's the little one that looks like lily pads stacked on top of each other.
Oh, the ones that you see at like fairs with the really expensive ones. I don't know what they're called.
Maybe in a massage parlor, it would be like a fountain trickling down it,
Or like a really rich person's garden.
What is it called?
That's a good question. Again, somebody with internet access and a phone nearby.
Yeah.
Tell us. Yeah. In any case, let's come back to South Korea. There are trees that are popular on social media. Believe it or not, there's, for example, the gigantic ginkgo tree, 은행나무 in Biryang.
Wow.
And you go there.
Must smell interesting.
And thankfully, it's a male tree. So that means it doesn't fruit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Thank goodness for that.
Trees are like people.
Trees are like people. Yeah, they pollinate. So there are, some trees have both male and female parts, but ginkgo tree, 은행나무, they have male trees and female trees. Unfortunately, we don't know until they start to bear fruit.
Really?
And then we're like, oh, it stinks. That one's obviously the female one because it has fruit.
In my 30-something years on this planet, I had no idea
You learn
trees
something
were genders.
new. Trees have gender.
That's incredible.
Some trees do.
Did anyone else know that, or is it just me that did? Did you know Chang PD?
I know, sure.
No, he's lying. He didn't know. He had no idea.
Where's that lie detector? And then there's that 팽나무, the hackberry or enoki tree from Uyonggu, the extraordinary attorney Woo. There's this huge tree on top of a hill in Ulsan that's getting a lot of social media buzz. But then in Busan, because after all, it is Busan Tales, Busan Tree Tales today. Actually, Korea Forest Service designates trees of the year every year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have persons of the year, and then we have trees of the year.
Is it like a type or a species of tree, or one particular tree?
It is a singular tree, or actually individual trees. Well, in Korea, this being Korea Forest Service. Right. So this is to raise awareness of protecting trees because, well, they should be protected. This year, little drum roll, one of the trees is in Busan. Yay! Woo!
Coffee coupon.
Yeah, coffee coupon, pizza coupon. This is the 곰솔 나무 or the black pine tree in Gijanggun. Right, so what makes it one of the trees of the year? Well, it is old. 428 years old.
That's a pretty low bar of entry.
Well,
just be old.
Just be
Win a
old.
prize.
I mean, that means it's survived 428
That's
years.
true, yeah.
Located in Chukseongri.
I guess it's because just before this you were talking about
I know,
4,800. I was like, whoa, this is a baby compared to that.
It is a baby. It's quite young.
It's older than we'll ever live.
It is. That's true. That's true. Compare that to your ripe old age of 30-something and me as well.
Wow.
Right. But here's the thing about black pine trees. So why is it black pine as opposed to just your regular pine tree? Well, you would see these quite a bit in coastal areas, especially in these southern parts, because they are very strong. They endure the strong ocean wind.
Really?
Yeah. And trees, they're not just pretty to look at. They serve an important role. Number one, in the coastal area, we would cut those trees down and use the trunks for ships, for boats. The bark and pollen for food, and the sap for industrial purposes.
Now, I haven't pre-looked at the trees on this list, so forgive me if I give a spoiler. The old tree that I know about in Busan, there's a couple, but one nearby where I used to live was in Suyeonggu. There's the park nearby 팔도시장, right? And there's a big old tree that you can't go near because it's very old.
Oh, it's not on the list, but that you actually touched on a lot of things of what makes a tree kind of sacred or so old. At one point, is it considered like a treasure or a sacred spot?
Okay, all right. Now, it seems that when trees reach a certain age, they take a life of their own.
Right. They have a lot more meaning than just trees, than just, that tree that's a ginkgo tree, maple tree, whatever. So a lot of villages will have what's called 당산나무. And I thought, is this like a species of a tree?
Yeah.
It's not. It's a spiritual tree that protects the village. So 당산 is a sacred location. It could be a mountain or a shrine. But a key aspect, whether you're talking about a shrine like 설당 or a mountain, it has a tree. Apparently, that's kind of a rule in Korean folk tradition.
Yeah.
So it's believed that each village will have a patron spirit, like a guardian angel, whatever you want to call it.
Trapped in the tree.
Trapped in a tree resides. Well, it's like I believe they have a choice. They're like leprechauns. They are not trapped. They just choose to reside in a tree, in an old tree. Or sometimes, depending on the village you go to, the tree itself will be the protector of that village.
I've been to a village. I can't remember. It was about 6 years ago.
Mhm.
I filmed in some tiny village in Busan, and there was one tree in the center that was a couple of 100 years old.
Right.
And all of the residents took extra special care of
Yes.
it. They built around it. And
Yes.
even the roots would come up and was starting to destroy houses. But
And they're like, we don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. They'll
Yeah,
just
like
build another
move.
house. And
Exactly.
It was incredible to see.
Right. And actually, do you remember that tree? Was it like wearing anything? Were there ropes or
Yeah,
decorations?
there was stuff was 달렸었어요.
Right.
I can't remember what it was.
like it's not Christmas, but we have like
Yeah.
tinsel and little
Yeah.
ropes and things around it. That's the 당산나무. That's a sacred tree. So you've been there.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
It was really cool.
Right. And because when I was a child, we'd go to those villages or like folk villages, and I'd be like, that just seems like something out of a scary movie or a scary show. Like, why is there stuff hanging off of it? These sacred trees are marked. They have markings. So they would normally have golden thread around or rope that has white paper coiled into rope or like a rock or stone mounds. It's called 신주돌. So the practice actually goes back to apparently prehistoric times, and it's almost universal. It's actually really interesting how some cultures, like across oceans and across the world, will do similar things in an age where there was no way for them to communicate with each other.
Yeah.
So, for example, you know, when you go to like 몽돌 해변, or it's just even a mountain, and you have a bunch of rocks around, some people will just exactly start to build the little towers.
Yeah.
And that's what they would do around the trees.
Okay.
So, and these also served as important milestones, like literal mile markers or kilometer markers.
Is that what they are?
That's what they
I
sometimes
thought they
are.
were like gravestones or...
Not
you
quite.
know.
Not quite. Well, I mean, they could. If you did lose a family member, and you know your village's god is a tree, you would build that stone to commemorate or wish for their well-being.
Yeah.
But because it just happens to be each village had a tree and then a stone mound, if you're a traveler, you see the stone mound and you're like, oh, good, I'm near civilization. I'm at least out of the mountain. So, you know, one
Compass
thing can...
points, breadcrumbs.
Right, exactly. A little Hansel and Gretel. And then so we see similar things in Mongolia, for example. There's this tradition of awa, which is a stone mound or mounds that serve as road markers. Important because, you know, Mongolians were nomads for a longer time than many. And then many travelers would actually circle that mound and pray for safety.
Okay.
Again, that sacred theme carrying through. And then in Hindu mythology, it was believed that stone mounds are where Mother Earth and the northern star, 북극성, they met. And it was kind of a portal to heaven. So a lot of that,
That's
like,
so fascinating.
supernatural theme going on.
Yeah.
But going back to the tree of the year, 죽성리 흑송, the pine tree, the people of the village, they do set up a shrine for that tree, for the guardian god, and they'll hold a ritual not only for the guardian god, but what's called 풍어제, which is for the sea god, wishing for a good, like, prosperous catch, because it is a fishing village.
Interesting. That's really... I mean, there are slightly different mythologies with different reasons, but they all kind of center around the same thing. They're protectors a lot of the time.
Right.
We had a couple of messages coming in. We had 소희님 saying 부산의 나무 스토리 흥미롭네요. 엄지척. And Raration님 saying 사과나무 밑에 누워 있으면 의심받나요? Is that like an English? Is that a thing in English? Like
I thought, wasn't it 감나무? Isn't there like a saying like 무슨 나무 밑에서 가끈 고쳐 매지 마라?
I don't know.
It's like 오이밭에서 신발끈 고쳐 묶지 말고. It's like if you are under a tree, like a fruit tree, and you
Sounds like an
and you like
interesting
retie your
myth.
hat, people will think you're stealing from it. Or like maybe this is Newtonian.
I feel like this could be something from America.
Maybe.
Like if you're under an apple tree, they're gonna think
Right,
you're odd.
something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen to you. In any case, yeah. So lots of interesting comments. Yeah, tell us about your favorite trees, your tree mythology, tree factoids, and whatnot.
All right.
Because
So we want to go over some more guardian trees around Busan.
we do. So I said they designate trees of the year every single year. So we have a lot more where that came from. And we're actually going to stay in Kijang, but travel to 장안읍, where the 장안 느티나무 is quite famous. And 느티나무 is the zelkova tree, which I've never heard before. That's because 느티나무, zelkovas, are similar to elms, or like cousins, but they live mostly they are raised grown, mostly in China, Korea, and Taiwan, and Japan. Which one have I left out? So again, mostly in the southern parts. So they're known for their longevity, which is why this particular tree in 장안읍 1,300 years old.
Now we're talking.
Now we're in the quadruple digits.
Now
It's like,
we're-
all right, it's
yeah,
old enough for you. I mean, it's just over 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
The tree's seen a lot.
I mean, in 3 years, it's like a teenager. I'm going to assume it's like 13 years old as opposed to 1,300.
Yeah.
By the way, this is known to be the oldest zelkova, 느티나무, in the country. Quite big, 25 meters tall, 8 meters wide.
Whoa.
So yeah, it'll take...
You can't hug it.
You can't hug it. You would require, depending on your arm span,
Yeah.
for me, maybe like 7 of me around, maybe you 6.
Yeah, maybe. That would look quite funny.
Maybe. But interestingly, again, like you said, when a tree gets to be this old, it takes a life of its own. So even the beginnings of this tree has...
When you say it takes a life of its own...
Like people have stories about it.
Okay.
It gets an identity.
It's not taking a life.
No, it's not taking lives.
Okay,
No, it is not like...
sacrificing.
It's not possessing people, but it takes... a life of its own. Right. It has a life of its own. So it has a foundation myth.
Okay. How did it start?
So we go back to 신라 시대, the Silla dynasty. And this is actually based in history. The great monk 원효 대사, the guy from the 원효 대사 해골물, he was working on a temple site of 장안사 temple, very famous temple. And then his, I suppose, not boss, but King 문무 대왕 was passing by the area, and he's the one that supposedly planted this tree. So this tree is said to contain the spirit of the great monk and also the great king himself.
So mythology states if you plant a tree, your spirit will inhabit that tree.
Yeah, and I mean, if also that tree lives to be 1,300 years old, I suppose we can give it spirits.
If you could be a tree, what tree would you want to be?
Oh, a willow.
Really?
Willows are so pretty.
They're the ones with the hanging
They
vines.
were the hanging vines.
Right.
Yeah,
they are
just
cool.
I don't know. I have long hair.
Swaying.
It's like exactly. Just
Haley's hair
continue.
just swaying.
Continue. Exactly.
Black hair on the willow tree.
Right. A little creepy. Do you have a spiritual tree you'd like to be?
It would have to be one that doesn't get cut down.
Yeah.
So something like a willow
That's
or
a
an
given.
oak tree. Maybe this one sounds pretty cool.
Or you can be the Zelkova tree that's 1,300 years old.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So the village holds the tree as a sacred relic, by the way. So every June 15th, it does hold 당산제. It's like a spiritual a ritual to commemorate. So June 15th, coming up soon.
I wonder these days, and it's totally plausible, do they still believe in the power this tree holds, or is it more of a tradition?
I mean, it depends on who you talk to, but I do believe that nature has a certain set of energy. And and I think it believes in maybe the history, the years and years of human care that went into the tree as well.
I guess if there are lots of generations who haven't left that village,
Right.
they're going to consider it very important still.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
awesome. Now, the temple you did just mention is also quite famous, the Zelkova.
Right. So
the temple.
장안사.
Yeah.
Right. So that was also built in the year 673. And most recently, you've probably heard about this during the Ulju fires in Ulsan, because the flames were getting dangerously close to the temple.
Yeah.
And this being a National Heritage Site, the National Heritage Service had to order for the treasures to be relocated into Busan Museum. And there was a big concern about whether the temple would be burned down. Thankfully, we're okay, obviously.
Yeah.
The fires were put out. So, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, I mean, you've got to protect after lives. I think national treasures are very important.
I mean, they are
right?
national treasures, absolutely.
Exactly. But despite these measures to protect the ancient trees, there were some that were unfortunately destroyed.
Right. So, I mean, obviously, there's nothing you can do when nature takes its course.
Right.
But there are cases where human activity destroyed these trees. So, for example, we have a story of a 500-year-old tree, which is quite old. It was planted in Chule in Sasangu district, actually near my home. And I know exactly where this is. There was real estate redevelopment going on, so apartments were built and expanded. So they had to uproot that 500-year-old tree and replanted it at a farm in Jinju in 2019. And after, the whole process was apparently a bit of a mess, and the residents are really unhappy because some news reports say that the tree seemed to have been discarded, like 버려져. However, given the importance of the trees, the district council actually passed a resolution to bring the tree back and to manage it. So we thought it was a happy ending.
Yeah.
And it was replanted at a local part. And the residents were even preparing this ritual kosa to welcome it back.
Yeah.
And then on the day that it did come back, it burned.
What?
It
just by itself?
burned.
It just
Well,
went up in flames?
No, well, again, human mistake. Yeah. So the workers, apparently because, it's not a 500-year-old tree, you're not going to be able to just lift it and plant it. So they had put up structures to hold the tree during the replanting, but then that also meant they had to dismantle it. And during, not the tree, but the structures, the wooden, the beams and stuff. So I suppose in the process of the welding, 용접 process, the sparks flew, caught on the tree. And I don't know why, but they were working and doing this during lunchtime. So there was only one guy doing this.
What?
Yeah. So when the spark flew and it caught on the branches, and a tree, it's the reason it's used as kindling, it burns. So even though there was a vehicle with a water tank next to it, he couldn't operate it.
That's heartbreaking.
That's
to hear.
horrible.
It's just a tiny spark in the dry weather causes this to just go up in flames.
And we know exactly how that is. So a little bit of not so bad news. After a year of intensive care, the old tree started to resprout.
Yeah.
So thankfully, it survived 500 years. It's going to survive some more. Hopefully, it will take years to fully recover, but experts are optimistic.
There you go.
Yeah, so again, these giant trees, they've protected us, our villages, for sometimes thousands of years. And now it's our job to protect these, these relics, these trees, these valuable treasures of nature.
I think that's a beautiful sentiment to end on. Yeah, great trees. You think of the big trees everywhere, and Busan, I knew Busan had great big trees. I didn't know in detail, so thank you.
There we go.
Always, like Rarationim says, lots of information and knowledge being gained, so very useful. And Hayley, I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Have a wonderful day. That was really bad. All right, everyone, the time is now 5:53 in the afternoon. We're at the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you're all feeling good despite the gloomy weather. Remember, be careful of rain or snow and strong winds. Just watch your heads and watch cars around. And I'll see you safely tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. Oh, we're going to listen to a song, aren't we? All right, we're going to listen to a song. This is Happy by Day 6, requested by Minjinim. See you tomorrow.
뭔가 하나씩은 걸리는 게 생기죠. 과연 행복할 수